UFC 306 is just around the corner, but it's giving off some weird vibes. The event's set for Mexican Independence Day in the US, but the headliners are a Georgian and an American. It's like going to a Brazilian steakhouse with a Chinese waiter and shouting, "Konnichiwa." I'm all for diversity, but this lineup doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Dana White's hyping it up as the best UFC card ever, but let's be real, we've seen better. UFC 307 and UFC 300. UFC 307, the fight we are looking forward to. There are only 3 standout fights out there. O'Malley versus Merab, Ortega versus Lopes, and Valentina versus Alexa. And where are the Mexican stars like Brandon Moreno and Yair Rodriguez? For a card on Mexican Independence Day, it's like throwing a party without any coke. Now Dana's dealing with some ticket sale issues. Prices started at $3,000. What the fuck? Which is more than what Canelo charged. And they had to drop them to $700 because no one was buying. Dana's got some serious PR work to do if he wants to make this card look good. Let's hope he does not bring up John Jones for no apparent reason and starts glazing him again. Now let's get into the main event. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. Merab, the Machine, is called that for a reason. He's a relentless cardio beast. His wrestling pressure is non-stop, and he's all about grinding his opponents down with volume. But while he is durable, he's not much of a finisher. Most of his wins come by decision. He doesn't have the Habib level suffocation, so opponents often get back on their feet. That could be a problem against O'Malley, who's slippery and hard to control. Merab's defense can be shaky early on. We've seen him get caught with clean shots, and that's a red flag against someone with O'Malley's power and precision. The problem is, when Merab steps into the pocket to punch, he doesn't guard his face, as we've seen from Cejudo and the rest of his fights, and this is why he got knocked out 3 times in his last fights. It's because he doesn't guard his face, and that gives Sean a very good chance to pop him one. Sean is a sniper in the striking department with 7 KOs on his record. He's unpredictable, creative, and knows how to set traps. His ability to manage the distance with his long jabs and kicks will make it tough for Merab to close in. Now, to be honest, I personally want Merab to win because Sean is a literal Having an open relationship with the mother of his children is fucking crazy. Imagine your mom is getting fucked by other dudes while your dad approves. What kind of fuck? Meanwhile, Merab's an entertaining wrestler. Talking to Mark Zuckerberg backstage while grappling Henry Cejudo is pretty funny actually. Personal biases aside, if he can keep this fight standing and avoid Merab's takedowns, he's got a clear path to victory, likely by knockout. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes. Lopes is dangerous, an explosive fighter who comes out strong, looking to end things early. He's got power and submission skills, but he fades in the later rounds, which is where Ortega thrives. Ortega has been through wars with the best of the division, Holloway, Volkanovski, and Yair Rodriguez, and his Brazilian jiu-jitsu is on another level. He's only lost to elite fighters and even came close to finishing Volkanovski with that infamous guillotine. Ortega's toughness comes for his rough upbringing. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, he was involved in street fights, kicked out of schools, and even experienced the death of his best friend. Despite all of that, he channeled his energy into martial arts and rose to UFC stardom. That kind of mental toughness is hard to break, and it's what sets him apart in fights. Against Lopes, Ortega's experience and resilience make him the likely winner, possibly by decision, as Lopes is hard to submit, but tends to gas out. Finally, let's talk about the third big fight. Alexa Grasso. Damn, I want her to sit on me.
Mama, mandiin.
Versus Valentina Shevchenko. The first 2 fights were incredibly close, with Grasso shocking the world by submitting Shevchenko to win the title. In the rematch, it ended in a split draw, but Grasso showed that she could go toe-to-toe with one of the greatest female fighters ever. Grasso's adaptability has been impressive. She capitalized on a mistake in the first fight and nearly repeated the finish in the second. Valentina's jab and grappling were effective, but Grasso's striking and ability to adjust make her a dangerous opponent. Grasso is younger, on the rise, and improving with every fight, while Valentina may be starting to slow down after a long reign at the top. I see Grasso taking this fight, likely by a late round submission. She's shown that she can hang with the best, and her ability to adapt under pressure gives her the edge.
And speaking of edge, I hope you're ready, Alexa, because after you win this fight, I am edging on you tonight.
Another thing I want to say is that the UFC 306 press conference was wild. Ronaldo Rodriguez came in hot, cussing out Osborne in Spanish like he was in a soap opera.
¿Cómo va a ser la pelea en el sábado?
Lo que va a pasar es que te voy a partir tu puta madre, es lo que va a pasar.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna break your face.
Y tú bien lo sabes, güey.
Hey, we'll see.
Tú lo sabes muy bien. En el sparring joteaste.
Dude was straight up turning the presser into a street fight with all that energy. Osborne kept his cool, but you could tell he was thinking, this guy is on one. Regardless, it was funny as hell. Rodriguez looked like he was ready to throw hands right there. Gonna be fun to see if all that smack talk turns into something serious in the cage, or if he just cast himself out yelling, "Puta de madre, cabrón, pendejo!" Anyways, those are my takes on UFC 306. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I only made this video to give my opinion on the upcoming main event. I won't blame you guys if you see this differently.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want me to make more content like this, as this is not easy to do. It actually takes me a long time to make these videos.
And yeah, see you after the event.
Baby, let me see some. Okay, too bad. Bitches going both ways. Woo. She gon' do it for these bands. She make it clap like how I do both of my hands. Fuck it up, stick it up, throw it back.